And this is where I think that maybe I can help bridge some of the more religious and secular people. What it is that we place as the highest good, that which is placed above us as our guiding star, as the thing that pulls us forward into its good, is indistinguishable from a God. Just like a God, that supreme value will drive us towards it, will subjugate all things to it, and the type of attention it will receive will be indistinguishable from worship. And if what we put at the top there is not in fact the supreme good, then it will twist reality, it will twist the facts, and it will twist the data into its service. And if we can't see that, if we can't understand that, we will never understand what happened to us during COVID. We will never understand that it was the worship of safety and control that made it impossible to weigh it against other goods. To even posit other goods made you not only wrong, but a heretic that had to be banished and run out of the common space. And so we sacrificed, we subjugated all other goods, the education and mental health of our children, the communion with our families, our religious participations, and so many aspects of life which provide meaning and purpose for nearly 2 years in some countries. And then the practical reasons became completely opaque, right? 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and then that no one should die, or maybe to keep the hospitals safe. Then what? That no one should ever get the disease? That everybody had to be vaccinated with a vaccine that doesn't stop the spread of the disease? So what's the goal? What's the goal? It didn't matter. It no longer mattered what the little goals were anymore. Once the God has taken possession, all the facts, all the purposes, all the goods will simply serve that God. Now, safety is a good. Of course it is. Of course safety is a good. It is simply not the supreme good. And it just needs to not pretend to be. And that's all we need. And so what is it, right, Jonathan? What is the supreme good? And so I'm afraid that this is where the words fail us. Of course, for the good itself is not a good. It is goodness, just like truth itself is not a truth, but the mysterious standard by which we measure true statements. And it's the same reason why we notice that beauty is not beautiful. And so the philosophers and the theologians say that the capital G God is ineffable. So when Dante, in his comedy, reached the highest point of his ascent and entered into that mystery, he said, "Power here failed the deep imagining, but already my desire and will were rolled like a wheel that is turned equally by the love that moved the sun and the stars." The love, the care that moves the sun and the stars. That's not bad. That's not a bad way to talk about it. But for the secular people listening out there who might wince at the idea of the ineffable, that's fine. I understand it. The only thing we actually need to know about that is whatever it is you're chasing right now, it ain't it. Whatever it is you think is the most important, it's not. It's not the most important. The supreme good is not money, it's not energy, it's not freedom, it's not family, it's not knowledge, it's not safety, it's not diversity, and it's not inclusion. Though all those things are good, they should never be treated as the supreme good, lest they become idols and gods that will tyrannize us. And so the goods must dance together. They play against each other. They have to be put in proper hierarchies where the more encompassing goods, like the virtues, guide the lower goods, like the stuff, with none of the goods completely ruling the others, or else they might become, once again, vices that will overwhelm you. And so, and at least for now, I think that even for those who are here or those who are watching this who do not believe and do not worship the supreme, ineffable good, at least keep your eyes high, and at least always look higher, and don't let your sight and your perception stop at the goods that you care about today. So thank you.